We're live. We're doing
We're
it.
live.
What time is it? We said 6:30.
Yeah.
When we were going to start, and it is now 6:48.
Hey, better late than never.
We're going to get there one day. It was just, I'm going to figure out how to do technology. I'm going to do it.
I feel like both of us need a crash course.
Every day feels like a new day.
Well, I didn't think that I was bad with technology until this whole podcasting experience. And now I'm really questioning every ability that I have. So
it's been a struggle. It's like, so there we coach a lot, we do fitness coaching, and like we have movements that come up all the time. And all the time, like, it's not the first time that some of these people have done these movements. Sometimes it feels like, bro,
sometimes it feels like it.
You should know this by now. I shouldn't have to tell you where your feet go when you squat. Look, I don't mind. I'm just saying we have members that have been with us for a really, really long time, and I still have to tell them where to put their feet. And it's like, dude, you should know this. I feel like with this podcast, we've done this enough times. Like, I should know by now.
Yeah, I agree. But I'm right there with you. And I think what's really sad and what's really disheartening and humbling for me is I coach virtually for a living.
Oh yeah.
And so this should be in my wheelhouse.
Sure.
But it's not. So
yeah.
That makes it even more humbling.
Okay. Dude, are you sore from yesterday's workout?
I'm actually not. And my shoulders are still, I have to do a little jig to see what's sore. I'm still a little sore from, I did shoulders, the class did on Saturday. I'm a little sore from that, but I don't think I'm sore from yesterday.
Yeah, I think that workout kind of beat me up yesterday. So
the ball slams?
Yeah, the ball slams. My back's feeling a little bit tight. It was just I don't know. It was just harder than I thought it was going to be.
You know the trick to that?
What's that?
Use a lighter ball. That works really well for me.
Yeah. Maybe next time. Okay. What are we talking about today, Molly?
We're doing my athlete check-in live, getting vulnerable with everybody.
I mean, look, this is vulnerable for you, but I like, it's a little bit vulnerable for me too, because I'm not like,
you got to give me the answers.
I feel like I'm on the spot, like, to do all the things.
That's okay. I've done a lot of thinking and reflecting about it too. And I feel like I have a lot more information regarding like my habits and things that I don't feel like I was really thinking about when we initially did the scan and kind of touched on it briefly. So
okay.
I'm a little more prepared now.
I mean, to be fair, we did have a conversation about this a couple of days ago. Well, we did your scan on the 23rd, and today is what?
The 30th. So it was a week ago today that we did it.
A week ago. So on that day, we did an in-body scan. The in-body is just a tool that we use at the gym. It gives us an idea of like some body composition stuff. So it's this neat little scale that you stand on. It's got a couple of little handles that you grab a hold of, and it does like this little current through your body, and it kind of gives us an idea of how much muscle mass you're carrying, how much body fat. It'll tell us what your lean body mass is, and it just gives us some numbers, and we're going to walk through the scan and take a general look at it. I don't want to go into like crazy super nuts details on the scan, but I do want to kind of show how we can use it as a bit of a tool for these athlete check-ins. It's good. I like it because just like in the gym, we use numbers to kind of figure out where we're at, right? So CrossFit is measurable and repeatable, and the measurable thing is the important side here. So if we want to get better at our back squat, then we have to first know where we're starting. And that's kind of what the in-body scan does for us, is it gives us the starting point. And then as we go through time, just like we would try to add weight to the barbell in the back squat, and we know, hey, I did 150 pounds the first time, and then this time I've done 160 pounds for 3 reps or whatever it is. Like, I know that I'm progressively getting better. the scan can kind of show us some of that stuff as far as body composition and body metrics go. So,
and so much more valuable, in my opinion, than just weight on a scale, because how often do we see weight goes up, but that's not really the full picture of what's actually happening, or weight goes down and that's not a full picture of what's happening.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I don't like I'm technology, man. I don't, I don't like just using the scale, because it doesn't give us a full picture of what is going on inside of your body. So I'm trying to figure out how to move this thing up and down. There we go. So you can see just kind of generally, it's going to tell us how much water your body is. Can you see my little mouse on the screen?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay. So it's going to tell us how much water weight you're carrying, how much dry lean mass you're carrying. So this is like your bones and your organs, and your muscles. That's going to tell us your body fat mass, and then it gives us your overall weight. Very generally, it gives us this little graph here that tells us it. For me, this is more a picture of your heart health than anything. We'll come back to that when we get there. It gives us a BMI, the body mass index. I'm not a super huge fan of BMI because it is very generalized, but it does give us a body fat percentage, and that is specific to each person that steps on the scan. It's going to tell us about how much muscle you're carrying in each segment of your body, which is super cool. Kind of show us some imbalance and stuff like that, which is very neat. Going to give us a picture of what changes have looked like over time. So Molly's first scan, oh boy, I can't even read that. I have no idea what that says.
2021.
2021. Okay. So first scan to last scan. And as we get deeper into it, it'll start dropping off some of those older scans. But just like a quick high five moment here, just look at how much weight you've dropped over time.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's a different person.
A whole different person.
Yeah.
And then it'll give us some numbers up here in this right-hand corner. So it's going to tell us how much body fat that we need to lose or how much muscle mass that we need to gain. It gives us that lean body mass number. So like this is kind of like how much. I like to use this as a protein target. It'll tell us how much protein that we need to be eating according to our lean body mass. And then it gives us this basal metabolic rate. So the BMR is the number of calories that you need to be eating to like breathe. Right.
Like
so,
just sit, do nothing, just
like
survive.
I think about it this way. Like if I was a vegetable, right, and I was like laying in a hospital bed and like peeing in a pan, you know what I'm saying? Like
this is what would need to be like in the IV or whatever.
The number of calories that I would have to take in each day just to continue to breathe. Yeah. So that's kind of just the general rundown here of what the InBody scan shows us. So, okay.
Okay. And quick thing before we dive any deeper, for anybody listening to this or watching this and you're thinking, man, that looks like that would be really helpful information. Scan that QR code up in the corner and we can do one of these.
Yeah. We'll get you going. Okay. So Molly, how are things going in the gym?
Do we want to talk about from the time when I did this?
Okay. Hey, we can just talk through. We'll just see what.
Yeah. So things have been really inconsistent this year. This year has not been what I wanted it to look like, just me personally. So January started off, we did some travel. I got sick. I was out for like, I think a total of about 2 weeks. Just body did not feel good. Was running a fever for like 6 days straight and I was just exhausted.
You almost
died. Then I almost died, like not to be dramatic, but I almost died. And then I did a lot of traveling for work. And so I was in and out. I was on a lot of plane rides, a lot of airport food, things like that in January. And then a little bit of travel in February, not nearly as much, but a little bit. But February was more of, I'll be honest, like February was just a dark, cold, dreary month for me. And I felt kind of sorry for myself, got a little victim-y and didn't make it into the gym as much as I wanted to. And well, that's not true. I made it into the gym as much as I wanted to, and it just was not very much. And then March has been better as far as consistency in the gym, and it's gotten a lot better over the last couple of weeks. But it was not quite the start to the year that I had planned. And looking back, like I let excuses get in the way. And yeah, so that's how things have been in the gym.
Okay. Sorry. I'm legit taking notes.
Taking notes. Yeah.
As you're going through this. So, okay.
And I think it's important to note too, like also for anybody listening, anybody that knows me knows that I am obsessed with the gym and being in there. And like, I would spend all day in there just hanging out. And so this is something that I think everybody struggles with. And like, yeah, I struggle with it too.
Yeah. What about outside of the gym? How are things going in your life?
Things have been pretty stressful with work. Stress can be good. It can be bad. At the beginning of the year, I think it was more on the negative side. We were going through a lot of changes with my job and structuring. And that was very stressful, just not really knowing what income was going to look like. February was better, and March has been a 180. We made some big changes in the company. I made some role changes, and things got a lot better in March.
Okay. So like,
and then outside of my job, like things have been good. Clint Piper, great. We're doing great there. Yeah. Yeah.
Life's going okay. So you feel like you're then starting to get a handle on things outside of the gym, maybe a little bit less stress there.
Yes.
Just kind of getting back in the groove of getting into the gym, being more consistent kind of stuff.
Yes.
Okay. What about like how's your sleep been? What about like your nutrition, stuff like that?
Yeah. So sleep, when I'm traveling, I struggle a lot with sleep. I mean, number one, I don't sleep as well when I'm not in my own bed, but also our schedule is just kind of funny. So when it comes to traveling for work events, typically for work events, it's all networking. A lot of it's networking. And so we'll be out, and we're expected to be out until 9, 10, 11 o'clock networking. And then meetings start 7 a.m. the next morning. So it's a quick turnaround, especially for someone like me that I like my sleep. I could easily sleep for like 16 hours straight if given the chance.
Yeah.
So sleep, not great. It's gotten better when I'm not traveling. So February, March has been good. I would say I average between 7 and 9 hours a night, probably closer to, yeah, I'd say right in between 7 and 9 hours a night.
How much traveling are you doing?
So in January, I was gone all but the 2 weeks I was sick. And February, I was gone a week out of that. March, I was gone 4 days.
Okay. What about like the next 3 months? What does that look like for you?
I have nothing on the schedule the next 3 months. Let's all knock on wood and pray it stays that way.
So you're like at home doing like normal job stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So when we're at home, we're getting plenty of sleep, and job stress is pretty low.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Moderate. Yeah.
Moderate. I mean, to be expected, right? Like you can't.
Yes.
You can't avoid all stress.
Yeah.
Right? Like nobody lives a stress-free life. Like there are going to be things that are going to stress you out.
Yeah. And we shouldn't live a completely stress-free life.
Yeah, for sure. So, okay. What do you think so you've told me about all the bad stuff. Tell me about something that's gone good. So if you look back at the last 3 months, like if you look in the gym,
mm-hmm.
What's been your biggest accomplishment inside of the gym?
I started pushing myself a lot further in workouts. Biggest accomplishment, I would say, was doing RX in the open. Bro. And because that was a big goal of mine. I mean, I wrote it on the board last year. Like that was a big goal of mine. It was my third open, did scaled the first 2 years, and felt each time that I had something left in the tank. Like the workouts were hard, but I could do them. They reminded me more of class workouts than like challenging me. Like I was close. I don't know that I ever finished one completely, but like I was getting pretty close when the cap hit. No, actually, that's not true. I did finish several. So I just knew it was time to scale up to go into that RX spot. And I did. And I would actually say I probably did better than I thought I would do. Yeah, there were things that like I had never used a 35-pound dumbbell in a workout before. And I did the second one, which was all single arm overhead walking lunges with it that I didn't even know I could do until literally like 3 minutes before the clock started. Did pull-ups and everything for the first time in an open workout. Yeah, like I did better than I thought I would, except on the wall ball one. I did about what I expected, and that was not good. That's because it was wall balls.
It's not fair, right? It's not fair because you're short.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a big deal, being able to RX the open. I mean, the open is hard, man. It's a really big test of your fitness. And within 3 years to be able to work your way up into that, that's a testament to commitment over time.
Mm-hmm. To be going from when I first joined the gym 3 years ago, not being able to clean an empty barbell to being able to do RX in the open and finish over the 50th percentile, like I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a huge win. What about outside of the gym? What's been your like biggest PR outside of the gym?
Biggest PR outside of the gym, my faith is most importantly, my faith is in the best spot that it has ever been in with my relationship with God. My relationship with Clint is better than it ever has been because both of us independently and together have both been strengthening our walk with Christ. And that has led to a much stronger relationship between the two of us. And then things are going really, really well at work right now. Got promoted at work, got some new responsibilities that while quote unquote stressful, like it's the good kind of stress.
Yeah. I mean, with great power.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You knew where I was going with that. Cool.
Yep.
Funny how things get better when you get closer to Jesus.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Okay. So if we look at the next 3 months, what month is this? So
It is March.
Okay. So we're kind of at the end of March. So if we said like April, May, June, right? So if we sit down together in June, what do you want to be talking about as far as like, hey, this is what I achieved over the last 3 months?
I want to look at that InBody, to do another InBody and see that muscle mass has just gone way up.
Okay. Why?
When my muscle mass is higher, I feel better inside. I feel better on the outside. I just feel better. Like it's not just like aesthetically is a big part of it too, not going to lie, but also I feel better when my muscle mass is higher. I feel better. I sleep better. I feel more confident. I feel more cognitively, like I don't have the afternoon crashes as much. Like everything else just kind of physically lines up when my muscle mass is higher.
Yeah. So, I mean, you said like you took on a new role at work. I mean, that can be a scary thing, right? So having a little bit of physical confidence can help, and it kind of bleeds into all the other stuff. So I think that's a great thing that we can attack here. What else? Like, is there anything like specifically in the gym that you're working on? Like, I get it, muscle mass, but like, is there like a target that you have? Like Lindsay right now is working on ring muscle up. She's like, I get this ring muscle up.
I should have had the list printed out. I don't. So there's a list. Lindsay has posted it a couple times in Rejuvenating, but it's like fitness. And instead of chasing a weight goal, it's like, okay, we want to be able to deadlift. What is it? Like 1.5 times our body weight.
Okay.
All of those.
Okay. I have no idea what that list is, but it's fine. Okay. I'll talk to Lindsay about that.
I wish I could find it. I have it. I might have it saved somewhere.
Is it like
Continue.
a lot of strength goals?
Yeah, well, strength and also endurance. It's like be able to run, an eight or quicker minute mile, 10 pull-ups, which, okay, a big one for me would be a strict pull-up because I have kipping. I do not have strict.
Okay.
Like this close, literally this close.
What about like body? So we talk about, okay, no, we've already talked about all that. All right, cool. Is there anything else that you want to talk about here before we get into what we're seeing on the InBody?
I don't think so. I have that I have that list. I found it real quick.
Hit me.
Unconventional health markers, unconventional markers of health. And this is from Rejuvenating Health. Deadlift 1.5 times your body weight. Okay. Squat 1 times your body weight. Press 75% of your body weight. Run a sub 10-minute mile. 5 unbroken, strict, dead hang, chin over the bar pull-ups. 10 chest to ground push-ups. And farmer carry your body weight 100 meters.
Is that like half of your body weight in each hand then?
I would assume so.
Farmer carry body weight for 100 meters. Okay.
And some of those I look at, I'm like, oh yeah, got it. And some of those.
Yeah. Man, those are great. I hope Lindsay doesn't get mad that we gave away all of her secrets.
That was on the public page. We're good.
Well, I mean, I don't think Q is going to be chasing these, so we're probably good.
Yeah. So, yeah. So these are female unconventional health markers. Gonna look a little different for other people.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So let's look at. Man, those are some really great goals. That's a lot of different things to chase all at once. So let me see here. Deadlift, squat, press, run. 5 unbroken strict pull-ups, 10 push-ups, farmer carry half your body weight. What?
I can give you two specific ones.
Yeah. So you tell me which 2 specific ones you want to work on, and I'm going to tell you which one I think if we worked on would get you the closest to all of them.
Let me do some math here. Okay. I would say the unbroken strict dead hang pull-ups. Mm-hmm. And I've already got the squat, but I want the squat to be higher.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For me, it would probably be those 2 things.
Okay. So just looking at this list generally, deadlift, half of your body weight, squat, 1 time your body weight, press 75%, run 10-minute mile, 5 unbroken pull-ups, 10 push-ups, farmer carry. I think.
Or maybe the farmer carry.
Okay. So just looking at this list, like it's really hard to get to work on all of these things all at once. Mm-hmm. I think like if you were going to focus on one thing and you're like, I'm going to do that thing and put your effort into it. Now we're starting to train for something like really specific, which is a little bit CrossFit. But I think looking at this list, I think that if you got your deadlift up to 1.5 times your body weight, I think your strict pull-up would come along with that.
So it is at 1.5. It's a little over right now.
Oh, is it a little bit over that?
Yeah, because otherwise that's exactly what I would have said.
So like that one, I mean, the pull-ups come along there. The farmer carry starts to come along there. Your squat might build up a little bit. So now I wonder, like, how long have you? Is this like a recent PR? 1.5.
So I hit 1.5 last October.
Okay, and you almost have your first strict pull-up now.
And I'm literally this close.
Close. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The press is, I don't know if I have the press. Let me do some math. I do not have the strict press.
Okay. So I think are we pressing in our next strength cycle?
Bench pressing.
Bench pressing. Okay.
We just finished out. Yeah, I'm way short on the strict press, shoulder press of 75% of body weight.
Okay. So overall, I think if you can consistently come to class, all of those things are going to start to move up.
Yeah. And side note too, again, for anybody listening, watching, like, this is also a testament. I've got the body weight. I've got the deadlift. I've got the squat. I've got the mile. I've got the push-ups. I've never tested the farmer's carry. But I've gotten close. I know, because I've done 53-pound kettlebells and workouts. So I would need to test that one. But all that to say, like, consistency, I've checked most of these boxes. There's still several that I haven't, but
okay.
CrossFit works, side note.
Yeah, CrossFit works. Okay, we're gonna take a look at this scan real quick. So okay, figure it out, buddy. When I look at this scan, there are two places that my eyes go to immediately. Okay, the first one is this right here. So this 5.7 pounds of body fat. Now, we need to drop 5.7 pounds of body fat to get back into healthy ranges. Okay. This is not like I'm asking you to, yes, I am asking you to lose 5.7 pounds of body weight. Yes, but it is body fat. So theoretically, you could lose 5.7 pounds of body fat, gain 5.7 pounds of muscle mass, and your overall weight, that 134, is not going to change, right? But your body composition is going to be a little bit different. And we're going to start to see some changes when we look over here at this muscle fat analysis. Yep. So what I want to see when I look at this muscle fat analysis is that this middle line here, this skeletal muscle mass, is driving out farther than our overall body weight and the body fat mass.
Want it to look like a D, not a C.
Yeah. So and you're almost there, right? Like you're just kind of you're just like right hanging on the edge of this one starting to push out. But we want to grow this. And that's kind of what you were talking about as far as your goals go, right? Is you want to build some muscle mass and you want to hit these performance targets as well. I think that if we can drop this 5 pounds of body fat and turn that into 5 pounds of muscle mass, we're going to see a significant difference here. And the reason why my eyes go to this one first is because this tells me about your heart health. Okay, so I know if we're in that D shape where the middle line is driving out and the top and bottom lines are hanging back, then we're in a good place. If we're in a C shape where maybe this skeletal muscle mass is hanging back and the top and bottom lines are really driving out, so it kind of looks more like that C, I know we're at risk for a cardiovascular event if we continue to head down the same path. So always health first focused, right? Like, yes, I want you to have muscle mass and I want you to have all the muscles that you're dreaming of when you see yourself in your bikini on vacation. But more than that, I want your heart to be healthy. Right? That is the number one killer of Americans right now is heart disease. So that is a huge target for us here at the gym. Body fat. So we're sitting around 26% body fat, a little bit high. When you look at this scan, we want to be between the markers here. And this little grayed in area is kind of like the optimal place for us to be. So you're just on the edge of being high here. So we do want to drop a little bit of body fat. But again, that is what this number right here is telling us, is that we need to drop some body fat. As far as we were talking about like muscle gain, muscle balance. So we want to see each one of these numbers here, these percentages up over 100%. So Your upper body is doing fine, maybe just a slight imbalance. Are you left-handed?
No, I'm not.
Okay, that's weird. You're carrying a little bit more muscle mass on your left arm than you are on your right arm, and
Yeah.
it's not a ton. You're at
Yeah.
5.16 on your left arm and 5.07 on your right arm. Do you carry your daughter around a lot?
Yes. And it's always on the left side because I got to use my right hand.
Yeah. So
I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah,
yep.
that's probably what that is. That's funny. That must be a mom thing. Now, trunk looking good there, right? We've got plenty of muscle mass. We want to do a little bit of lower body work here.
Someone's been skipping leg day.
Yeah, skipping leg day. So, I mean, two of those goals that you talked about were squatting and deadlifting, right? And I would even say to some extent, there's some lower body muscle mass required for that 10-minute run or that sub 10-minute run. As far as like going out and doing the work to, like, if you really want to train the run specifically, like just the impact that it'll have on your lower body and your joints and your knees in particular, carrying a little bit of more muscle mass down there will help prevent injury and soreness down there. But if we look at this scan overall, I mean, again, I want to go back to scan number 1 a couple years ago. You were at 188, you're at 134 now, which is just an absolutely incredible transformation. So no matter where we're at today, I just don't ever want you to forget about where we've come from.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so you should be proud of yourself there. Now, we are up a little bit in overall body weight, which again, I'm not super concerned about overall body weight. Okay. If you're up or down, like that's fine. It is these other two numbers that I'm a little bit more concerned with. So just that muscle mass being at 54.5 and then your body fat being at 26.3. Now your muscle mass is up, which is a good thing. We want to see the muscle mass go up, but up along with that went your body fat. And my guess is that a lot of this body fat gain is nutrition. So talk to me about nutrition. How like,
yeah. So I started thinking more about this after we had talked last week. And I would say, like, if you, from the outside looking in, my nutrition looks pretty good. I would say 80% pretty good, 20% maybe not so good. Like, I don't stop like at birthday parties, like having cake or anything like that. But where I feel like I have really gotten off is
blueberries.
That was not okay. So Matt's going to try and say that I think blueberries is the reason that I gained weight. That is not what I said. I said I have a problem with portions and it's nothing for me to sit and eat a box of blueberries. And Matt's like, okay, so you eating a box of blueberries is the problem. It's not the problem. Okay. So I would say where I've really gotten off, like I was thinking about this, like, what do I eat when I travel? What do I do when I'm gone? I am big on convenience. And I can tell you, like, if you look at one of my best scans, when muscle was up to 56 pounds and body fat was down to 23 and like it looked really good, I was eating all whole foods. And my protein intake is about the same. My carb intake is pretty similar to what it was then. But all of my protein, not all of it, but a big chunk of my protein, probably about 70%, is coming from powders, protein bars, supplements.
Okay. So,
because I was really thinking about this. I'm like, man, I feel like my numbers haven't changed that much because I do track things, especially when I'm out of town, because if I'm not careful, it's just an awareness thing. All of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, what all have I eaten today? And sometimes it's more a matter of, I really do it more for the protein. But I was looking back at Chronometer because that's what I use to track things. And went back to January, February, and I'm like, man, if you look at the macros, like they're okay, but it's all from processed foods. Yeah.
So this is a really interesting point here. So there are a lot of different approaches to nutrition and the kind of the tools or the resources that you use. So there's like weighing and measuring, which is like the most accurate thing that we can do, right? If we can't weigh and measure, maybe then we start to use like estimations. So I'm eating like a palm-sized portion of protein, and then then like doubling that with my vegetables and carbohydrates, and maybe eating so like protein, like the whole hand, and then or like the palm area here, and then
Yeah.
your carbohydrates would be double that. So yeah. And then like fat would be a thumb serving. So that's one way that you can do it. There's another way, like if you know what your macros are, it's called if it fits your macros, right? Which the idea behind if it fits your macros is you can kind of eat whatever you want, as long as you're hitting your macronutrient target for protein, carbohydrate, and fat. And it sounds to me like that's what you've been doing.
That's where I was.
The problem with if it fits your macros is it does not take into account the quality of food that you're eating. So technically you can eat freaking ice cream and peanut butter all day as long as it fits your macros, right? But the quality of food matters. And I think that is what you're
It
finding.
matters a lot.
Yep, that is what you're finding now. And that's why we like the CrossFit prescription of meat and vegetables, nuts and seeds, some fruit, little starch, no sugar, because it's the quality of food that we're talking about there, right? So, okay, cool. Good to know. So, looking at this, like my goal for you would be to drop some body fat, gain a little bit of muscle mass. I want to see your attendance in class. Pick up also. So those are like three things that I'm seeing when we're talking about all of the things that are going on in your life, all of the things that are going on, in the gym, and then what I'm seeing on this scan. So if we were to, over the next 3 months, drop some body fat, gain a little bit of muscle mass, and then up our attendance, I think that we're going to start to see the things that you're looking for, right? So when it comes to these goals that from rejuvenating, that you're like, man, I kind of want to be able to do all of those things, come to class. Right?
Yeah. And let's look at logged class workouts instead of class attendance, because sometimes I'm coaching all of them.
Yeah. So then now we're starting to talk about some scheduling stuff. So, I mean, for you, because we're in this place now where you've been coming to the gym for a long time. It's not like I'm trying to talk you into getting consistent. Like now I think it's time to pick it up a little bit. So like, what does it look like for you to be able to get 4 classes in per week?
So I've actually gone through, and this has helped a lot over the last couple of weeks. And this is something I would tell anybody struggling to get in the gym is actually here. Can I share my screen?
I don't know.
Maybe. Let's see what happens.
Do I have to give you permission?
No, I don't think so. Easiest with 2 monitors. That's okay. Can I share? Allow.
Learning live. Yeah. You gotta.
All right. Can you see my calendar? Yeah. Okay. So I have gone through, I did this for the month of March, and I've gone ahead and done it for the month of April. I try to do it a whole month in advance. Like I put in, when I'm coaching is in red and blue is just work. But I put in all of my workouts, whether it's CFFC means I'm taking class. And then if I can't take class that day because of my work schedule or, this day I could have taken class and I didn't, but then I'll put in like workout, but I have them color coded. So here's what I wanted to get out or show this is, now there are times that I don't totally adhere to this, but that's when it becomes more of like hey, this is a me problem, not a scheduling problem. But actually here, let's look at last month. I will tell anybody, if you're struggling to get into the gym, you've got to put it in your calendar. Like it just has to be part of your calendar.
And if you're not using a calendar, start using a calendar.
I don't know how you live your life without a calendar.
Look, it makes such a big difference to start putting things on paper and make the appointment with yourself. It's just one teeny tiny way of holding yourself accountable. So
yeah. And go like a month in advance and take a look at the schedule. And here's what I found for April. I am not going to work out 6 days a week or 7 days a week in April. Like I'm not going to do that. That's not what I want. If I do that, I will burn out. But I have it scheduled in here for every day that I am home. Like I'm traveling these days, so hopefully I'll be in. But like I know I'll be there. I'll be there that day. I know, for example, like I'm not going to be here Friday, the 10th. So obviously I don't have it there. But otherwise, every day that I'm home, I have it scheduled so that if something does happen, and I can take a rest day if I need to, but no matter what, like it is in the schedule, it is in the calendar. I'll listen to my body as needed, but otherwise, like it's there, if that makes sense.
And you have to treat these like an appointment with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if
yeah,
you,
like I have it blocked off on the calendar. Like no one can schedule with me during those times.
I mean, and it's really easy. I know that I struggle with this. Like, oh, I'll just move it, you know, an hour down the road. Like if someone
Mm-hmm.
tries to get in on my calendar or wants to do that, I had to put a hard stop to that. And like, if someone's trying to book into my calendar, or if someone wants to have an appointment or whatever, like, no, I can't do it during that time. I have another appointment. And that appointment is with me in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to treat it that way. Like if you booked a call for work, right, and you're going to do a coaching call at a certain time, like you're not going to move that for that
Mm-hmm.
person. And we need
Right.
to give ourselves that kind of commitment and effort that we would give everybody else in our lives.
Yeah.
So,
And that was definitely a shift for me because even in January, with as much as I was traveling in January, I had that thought in February of, oh my gosh, I have to make up for all the time that I didn't have,
mhm.
like with my job in January. So I've got to open up my schedule. And so I did let people schedule over those times, didn't make it into the gym the way I wanted to. And man, like obviously it affected physical stuff, but I told you February was like a dark and dreary month for me. That was a big reason why. Like it was a dark and dreary month for me, but also because I was not moving my body. It just kind of sucked.
Mhm.
And I can look back on that and see, yeah, because I didn't take any of that time for myself.
Yep. Okay. All right. So one question I have, what's your protein target right now? How many grams of protein are you trying to hit each day?
My goal is 130 grams
Okay. How often are you hitting that?
every day.
How often are you hitting that with whole food? Or actually,
As of
let me change that question. How many grams of protein are you supplementing right now each day?
before, like more than a week ago, it was probably 60
Okay.
was supplemented. As of like really focusing on getting back to whole foods and actually making food instead of just grabbing for something easy or making a smoothie, it's now I probably supplement 20.
Okay. So that was going to be like, I want to hit a protein target. I knew that you already had one. I just wasn't sure what it was. So 130 grams is great. Like if I'm looking at your in-body scan here, let me pull this back up. So if I'm looking at there it is. This lean body mass number right here, this 98, that's the minimum number or like grams of protein that we want to take in for muscle maintenance. But you want to increase muscle mass, which means that we're going to have to increase protein intake. And not just that, but we're going to have to make sure that we're doing like some specific lifting, right? Particularly for you, I think the lower body needs to be the focus just because that lack of muscle mass in that lower half that we discovered on the in-body scan. So, okay, this is what I have so far. Class consistency. I think that just from an overall fitness standpoint, making sure that we're being consistent in class is going to help improve your fitness, but also help you work towards those rejuvenating goals. But I want you to specifically make sure that you're making it to our lifting days in class. Okay. So that may take a little bit of a schedule adjustment, like jumping into your calendar on a Sunday and kind of reviewing the week as compared to what's coming up in the classes that week. And you may have to adjust and shift a little bit, but I mean, those are the days that I want to make sure that you're there, but I'll take anything I can get from a consistency point at right now, right? So a minimum of 4 days a week is what I would love to see. Can you make that happen?
Yes. So here's my
you do
my other big struggle.
4 times a week.
Yeah, that's my only. So Thursdays is the only day it's dicey because I coach all but one, and I have
Okay,
sometimes things run over that 8:30.
so I'm not saying that you have to attend class
Oh
4
yeah,
times.
class workouts. Yeah, 100%. Yes.
I'm
Okay.
saying do the
Yeah.
class workout 4 times a week.
Yes.
Obviously, I would
Yeah.
love to see you attending all 4
Yeah.
of those days, but I
Yeah.
understand where you're at from a work
Yeah.
and coaching standpoint. So,
And also, anybody listening, I do think there is, not I think, I know, there is a big value coming to class versus doing the class workout by yourself.
oh, dude, for sure. Like the
Like
intensity is
we could talk. It's totally different. It is
yeah,
totally different.
the
So like,
intensity is different. The coaching, I
yeah,
mean, getting you into good position, like all of the
yeah.
things.
So for anybody listening, like just know if Molly can take class, Molly is taking class because and yeah, I don't want anybody to think that like, oh, she's a coach, they just do the workout on their own and it's the same thing because it's not. And we're not
it,
above that. Like class
no,
workouts are different.
yeah, it's definitely not the same. I always get a better workout when I attend class. I just feel like I could coach most of the and
Yeah.
so yeah, and I guess we all kind of feel that way because I know that you feel that way also. All right, protein intake. So we talked about building muscle mass. So if we're going to make sure that we're attending class 4 times a week, in particular, getting those lifting days in, then that is going to do the things that we need to do to make sure that we are building the muscle that we're after. But we also have to support that outside of the gym with our nutrition. So 130 grams of protein, great target. I love it. I love that since we've had the last conversation, the advice that I would have given you here is let's get as much of that protein intake or that 130 grams as we can from whole foods. So things that had a base or butter. Okay. That's the kind of protein that we want to eat, like animal protein, like eat flesh. Okay. So, 130 grams. So getting that down to 20, 30 grams supplemented is great. I get it. It's really, really hard to take in 130 grams of protein for you. Feel like I eat that in one meal.
Well, so also for anybody listening, like if you're struggling to get protein in, quit supplementing it. So this last week, that has been my primary focus is not supplementing protein as much. And I still have here and there, but I can look. This last week, I think the lowest protein I've hit any day was 140. There was one day I was at 170. And it was just because I was eating chicken breast, steak, like whole foods. So it's not hard when you prioritize whole foods.
Right. And I think the biggest key there is so prioritize whole foods, right? But 2, like prepare for it. So I think a lot of times we supplement because we feel like we're kind of like winging it as the day goes on, and you're like, oh crap, I need to get my protein in. So you're like on your way to work and you stop at the gas station and you get like 2 protein shakes and you slam those on your way in. Well, if we can get ahead of that, so maybe like one of the things that we do at our house on Sunday is Lindsay grills up a whole bunch of meat. So she's cooking like 5 or 6 chicken breasts, 5 or 6, like we'll get the little sirloin steaks. She'll cook those up. We'll even throw like some pork chops or whatever on the grill. And we have a whole bucket of meat that is
bucket.
yeah, we have a meat bucket that's ready to go for the week. So now I don't have to think about my protein source. I can just like grab it out of the fridge, throw it in the microwave. I'm good to go. So making sure that you're meal prepping, and it doesn't have to be complicated. Just like we're coming to grilling season, use the grill, throw some meat on the grill, burn it up. So yeah, make sure that you're staying prepared there. And then the other thing that I was going to say was just quality food. So making sure that we're getting good quality food in, but we're kind of already talking about that. So, okay. What else, Molly?
You said something to me last week that I hadn't heard before, and it came from CrossFit's nutrition lectures of eat more veggies than fruit, more fruit than starch.
Yep.
And I thought that was really good because I hadn't articulated that before, but I really like that. And I've been focusing on that as well. Because I eat a lot of fruits and veggies, but I definitely eat more fruits than veggies.
Yeah. I mean, fruit just has a bit of a higher sugar in it. I will argue until the day I die that nobody got fat eating too many apples. Like it
Too
just
many blueberries.
it just doesn't happen. Like, yeah, I've never met that person before that is,
I don't think you ever will.
yeah, that's gone type 2 diabetic because they eat, they're eating bananas and apples and blueberries all day long. Like, but quality still does matter, right? So yeah, that's a really good rule. One of the other things that we talked about last week that we haven't really covered here was, what did we say? We were talking about like setting some targets and just having some things to think about. So when we come back in 4 weeks, okay, so realistically, if we're dialing nutrition in, we can lose maybe like a pound to a pound and a half a week, give or take. I think a pound or maybe even 0.7 is a good place to start. So, I mean, I would like to see us when you come back, like as a target to hit down like 3 to potentially 5 pounds in body fat. Okay. That would be my number one, I think, target for you just from a health perspective there. What do you think about that?
I think it's doable. Yeah. I think it's very doable. And here's why. Just since I've cleaned up the quality of food in the last week, I felt like I've lost a lot of water weight.
Okay.
Like, again, anybody listening, don't sleep on quality. I get it, convenience, and I run a lot of back-to-back appointments virtually to where I feel like I've got to drink my protein. I've been feeding myself this lie that I got to drink my protein because I don't have time to eat, and it's garbage.
Okay. So that's one goal I think that I would like to have. Two, and we didn't talk about this. We were talking about performance goals on the last one. So like setting a benchmark from a performance standpoint inside of the gym. And that day we actually happened to do.
Oh, so every 4 weeks I have to do Jackie?
Not every 4 weeks, but so we did Jackie that day in the gym, which is a really great CrossFit benchmark. It is.
And it was perfect because that's one that I could RX, and I can't RX all of them.
3 to 5 pounds.
Yeah, that worked out really well.
Yeah. So, okay, I need to back up here just a little bit. So goal would be 3 to 5 pounds of fat loss. Now, from a muscle standpoint, it's a lot harder to build muscle than it is to lose fat. So what do you think is fair? Like, I think honestly, if we're losing 3 pounds of fat, you've already been gaining some muscle. So if that target is kind of shifted out of like, really we're just trying to get the nutrition cleaned up and maintenance protein numbers, like I want to see at least you come back with 54.5 on that skeletal muscle mass again. I mean, that would be the number that I would want to see. So a maintenance number there with a fat loss.
With a fat loss.
Yeah, I think that's good. And if we see that number go up, even better. But I think over the course of just 4 weeks, if we can get the fat down, now we can kind of maybe shift the goal over the next 4 weeks and moving into June of really starting to pack on some muscle mass there. Cool with that?
Love it.
Okay. So I'm just making my own little personal notes here.
I'm making notes on my computer so I can put it in front of me. Side note, again, for anybody listening, while he's writing that stuff down, if you write down your goals and have it in front of you every day, you're 42% more likely to achieve them.
Okay. And then from a performance standpoint, and I guess, what we've talked about today maybe doesn't quite line up with what we talked about the other day, but I really do like to come back to Jackie and hit that workout 4 weeks from now and see what happens. Let's see if this change of focusing a little bit more on nutrition, being at home and able to control your sleep schedule a little bit more, being able to control the quality of food that you're intake or that you're taking in, and consistently getting to the gym and taking class does for you just in that one
Hmm.
little, in that one
Hmm.
okay. So we're gonna redo Jackie. And do you have your time from that workout?
I do.
Okay, you have it in Chalkit Pro. You don't necessarily have to tell us here, but
It's okay. I've actually got yeah, I've got it right here. So my overall time for it was 11 minutes and 16 seconds.
that was okay. So 11, 16. Now I'm not gonna put a target necessarily on hey, we need to have this done in 10 minutes, but
Right.
we either need to meet or beat 11, 16.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, that would be a good target. So, okay. For the next 4 weeks, for the next 4 weeks, our target is to lose a little bit of fat, maintain muscle mass, improve our Jackie score. Okay.
Yep.
In order to do those things, we're going to make sure that we are eating good quality whole foods. Okay. Making sure that we're up on our protein, hitting that 130 grams each day, and supplementing as little of that as possible. So that needs to come from good quality whole foods. We're going to come to the gym or do the gym or the class workout at least 4 times a week. Okay. And I need you to continue doing all of the other things, managing your
Hmm.
stress at work, making sure that you're getting good quality sleep at night. Those things don't sound like they're that big of an issue right now. It's kind of more this
Hmm.
consistency in the gym and making sure that nutrition is on point.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yep.
I think, and then we can reassess. 4 weeks from now, we'll reassess. Like, hey, where do we want to go moving forward? What is our strategy now that we've hit these targets to start to increase muscle mass so that we can hit that 3 month goal of, hey,
Hmm.
I've got more muscle mass. I'm able to hit these deadlift, pull up, run numbers, and that kind of stuff.
Yep. I've also started taking creatine again because I got really bad and quit
Yeah,
taking it.
yeah. Creatine great for not just muscle repair, but also cognitive stuff. So
Hmm.
help you think a little bit, like get like rid of that foggy brain. Hmm. How many grams of creatine are you taking a day?
5.
I would say 5 to 10 grams of creatine is appropriate. The way that we
Okay.
know the way that we know that we're overdosing on creatine is we get the bubble guts. So if things get loose,
If
um,
things start going south,
yeah,
then it's too much.
if things going south start getting too loose, then we
Yeah.
know we're probably taking too much creatine. And then you just back off of it a little bit. But there's been a lot of research lately of overdosing, taking it up to like 25 to 30 grams of creatine per day.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But
Okay.
really, it's really just more about how much your body can handle
Hmm.
without messing up the
Yeah.
digestive system.
Hey, let's talk about creatine for just a second because I get asked all the time in the gym and I always recommend it. And so you guys are hearing firsthand. I don't always practice what I preach because I kind of got off of taking it for a little while. Why take creatine? I get asked a lot, hey, should I take creatine? Is it really that beneficial?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
And I would say yes, absolutely. Go
yeah.
ahead.
I mean, it's going to help get some water into your muscle, but more than anything, it's just going to help accelerate the repair. So when we work out, right, when we're lifting weights, we're creating all these little micro tears in the muscle fibers, and it's not the actual act of doing the curl or doing the squat that gets you stronger. That actually deteriorates the muscle a little bit. It's the act of supercompensation when the muscle starts to repair itself. It goes, oh man, I got all tore up when Matt did that thing. He's
I got to be stronger.
probably going to do that again. So as I repair myself, I have to come back better, faster, stronger, right? So that's like the Fred Flintstone version of what happens when you lift weights. So what creatine does is it accelerates that repair process, and helps those muscles come back bigger and stronger every single time. As far as like the cognitive stuff, like I'm not up to date with like the research that's going on with creatine, but that is one side benefit that we get from creatine is just like a little bit of mental clarity. So I know a lot of women, like you're not, are you even 30 yet? You're probably not.
No. Remember, I was in first grade the last time we went to the Final Four, 2005.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of women in their 30s plus start to talk about like mental fog and stuff like that. I guess more so as you're approaching menopause age and stuff like that. So creatine does something to your brain that just helps clear things up. I can remember when I hired in at the refinery, I had to learn like 17,000 miles of piping.
Ugh.
And like, if you were like point at a pipe in the pipe rack, I would have to know what was in it, what direction it was going, like what the next stop was for it, like what all
Oh my gosh.
yeah, there's a lot to learn. And I was like overdosing creatine at that time. And my brain was like a sponge when I was doing that. Like I was able to, I don't know what it was, but I really believe that it was the volume of creatine that I was taking that really helped me soak all of that information in really, really quickly. So muscle repair, brain fog, clearer upper. Yeah, those are really kind of the two benefits that we're looking for.
So in short, if you ever ask us if we should take creatine and if it's really all it's cracked up to be, the answer is yes.
Yeah,
take it.
Should. It's and creatine is one of the most researched supplements in the market. Like creatine and whey protein are like two things that you just can't really go wrong with. So
Yep.
Cool. All right. So do you feel like you have some good targets going forward?
I do. Okay. I do. I feel like I've got a plan, and man, it's a whole lot easier to feel disciplined and to make the right choices or better choices when you have a plan.
Yeah.
And when you know what you're aiming for, because just kind of flying by the seat of your pants, it's really easy to get off track.
Yeah, for sure. And you're gonna get some blood work done also, correct?
Yeah, actually it's scheduled for this Friday. So
okay, cool.
Just because it's been a while.
Yeah, we'll is Lindsay doing that for you?
Yes, she ordered it. Yeah.
She ordered it. Okay. So I'm not the person to go through blood work. Maybe we can like sucker Lindsay into jumping on with us and looking at that on the camera, on the lives.
Yep.
So
cool.
I'll try to sweet talk her into it. But all right. Anything else that you want to cover before we end this?
I don't think so. Other than if you haven't done an athlete check-in in a while, now's a great time to do it.
Yeah.
This is part of what we do at the gym, and it's part of taking that holistic view of your health. So yeah, it's cool if you can, show up to class and hit the lifts and not die, but also we want to know what's going on behind the scenes and how we can help you there too. So
I mean, the whole point is we want people to make progress, right? Like I want you to have something to work toward. And if you're sitting in that place right now and you're just like showing up and feel like you're going through the motions,
feeling kind of aimless. Yeah.
Then let's get together and let's talk about it, and we'll set some goals and figure some things out. And it can kind of light a new fire under your butt.
Oh, 100%. That's where I'm at right now, is it's lit a new fire. And also it affects every other facet of your life. Like, not to sound dramatic, but it really does. I mean, you will be a better parent. You are a better parent. You're a better spouse. You're a better employee, a better business owner, all of the things when you feel good. And that's what this all goes towards. So, it's not something to just put on the back burner and say you'll figure it out later, because that's too late.
Yeah, let's figure it out now, and we'll figure it out together. How about that?
Love it.
Cool. All right. It feels weird because I can't like give you this.
I know.
in the show, but okay.